Right now, you feel tired. Maybe it's 3 p.m., maybe it's late at night. Maybe you've been staring at a screen for hours and your body is sending one clear signal: stop. But here's the thing. Your muscles are fine, your heart is fine, your lungs are fine. The exhaustion you feel right now, that heaviness, that fog, that desperate need to lie down, isn't coming from your body. It's coming from your brain, and your brain is lying to you. Not because something is wrong, because something is working exactly as it was designed to. A system built over 300,000 years of human survival. A system that modern life broke without us ever noticing. For 99.9% of human history, your ancestors didn't have the option to feel tired. Not the way you do. If a lion was chasing you, your body didn't send a memo that said, "Actually, we're at 40% capacity, maybe slow down." Your legs kept moving, your lungs kept burning. You kept running until the threat was gone, or until you weren't. This wasn't willpower, this wasn't mental strength. This was a biological system that overrode the feeling of exhaustion when survival demanded it. And here's what's fascinating. That system still exists inside you right now. In the 1990s, physiologists believed they understood fatigue. The theory was simple. You exercise, your muscles produce lactic acid, that acid builds up, the muscles fail. You stop. Done. It made perfect sense. It was also wrong. The problem was the data. Athletes were stopping, collapsing, quitting races, giving up, long before their muscles reached actual failure. Their legs still had fuel. Their fibers still had capacity. Something else was pulling the plug. And that something wasn't in the legs. It was in the brain. In 1997, a sports scientist at the University of Cape Town named Tim Noakes published a paper that changed everything we thought we knew about the human body. He called it the central governor theory. The idea was radical. Noakes argued that fatigue isn't a physical state. It's a decision. Your brain constantly monitors your body during any strenuous activity. It tracks heart rate, core temperature, oxygen levels, blood sugar, hydration. It runs thousands of calculations per second. And when it decides that continuing might damage the organism, it doesn't wait for something to break. It manufactures the feeling of exhaustion in advance. It sends a signal. A powerful, convincing, overwhelming signal that says, you cannot go on. But the signal isn't accurate. It's protective. It's a warning system built with a margin of safety. Like a car that flashes a low fuel warning when you still have 50 miles left in the tank. You feel empty. You are not. Noakes tested this in ways that were almost cruel. Cyclists were told they were racing against a virtual avatar set 2% faster than their personal best, a pace they believed was impossible, and they matched it. Not once. Repeatedly. Their bodies did something they had never been able to do, the moment they believed they had to. The exhaustion that had stopped them before wasn't real. It was a ceiling their brain had built to keep them safe, and the moment an external cue suggested that ceiling was wrong, the brain revised it. But it goes even deeper. A molecule called adenosine is a byproduct of your brain's energy use. The longer you're awake and active, the more adenosine accumulates in your brain tissue. And as it builds up, it generates one feeling: the desire to stop, to rest, to lie down, to sleep. This is the chemistry of tiredness. Caffeine works entirely by blocking these receptors. It doesn't give you energy, it simply puts a cork in the bottle. The adenosine is still building up, you just can't receive it. So when the coffee wears off, the flood comes all at once. You don't just feel tired, you feel erased. We broke that alignment. And then we called it productivity. Here's what this means for you. When you sit at a desk for 8 hours and feel completely depleted by 4 p.m., your muscles haven't been used. Your cardiovascular system has barely been taxed. Your body is physiologically closer to rested than it is to exhausted. But your brain has been running simulations all day. Every email that required a decision, every meeting with an unresolved outcome, every problem left open. Your brain was never built for this. For 300,000 years, cognitive load was temporary. You solved a problem, then you stopped. You sat by a fire. Your brain got to discharge. Modern humans never discharge. The notifications arrive before the last one is resolved. The open loops multiply faster than they close, and you call it burnout and assume something is wrong with you. In 2016, researchers at the Karolinska Institute published a study on decision fatigue, the measurable degradation of decision quality after sustained cognitive load. They found that the brain's prefrontal cortex becomes functionally impaired not from physical exhaustion, but from unresolved complexity. The brain gets tired of not finishing things. It wasn't designed for a world where nothing is ever truly finished, and so it sends the signal it was built to send. Stop, rest, you are done. You feel that signal as tiredness, but what you're actually experiencing is your brain asking for something it hasn't had in decades. Silence, resolution, an end to the day that feels like an actual end. Tonight, when you feel that wave of exhaustion wash over you, remember what it actually is. It isn't weakness, it isn't failure. It's a signal from a system that has been running without interruption for 300,000 years. Your ancestors heard that signal and sat down by the fire. They didn't push through. They didn't brew something to silence it. They stopped, they rested, they let the day end. And in the morning, they were genuinely recovered. Not patched over, not caffeinated back into function, actually restored.
Called the inability to listen.